Hello, my name is Dan McCurdy, and I am the designer of Night of the Living Daycare, a card game which I have made at thegamecrafter.com, which can be found at the link in the doobly-doo. In Night of the Living Daycare, you and the other players are all older students at the Heckmeth Daycare Center, where on this particular day, all of the teachers have surprisingly been transformed into monsters. It is therefore your jobs to save as many younger siblings as you can and escape the daycare before the teachers eat you all. The player who escapes with the most saved younger siblings wins. Now before we can get started, we have a little bit of setup to do. Night of the Living Daycare has a variable difficulty setting to allow players of different ages and abilities to enjoy the game equally. Now, the difficulty is set by the number of teachers that you place in the deck. The very easiest I would recommend is 6 teachers, with the maximum difficulty to be set at 12. If even at 12 teachers you're having way too easy a time, there are also hard mode rules available, which we'll explain more later. Now that we've chosen our desired difficulty level, we can shuffle the deck. First, remove all of the teacher cards from the deck and shuffle the cards thoroughly. Then, deal 3 cards to each player at the table. Finally, divide that shuffled deck up into as many piles as you are going to place teachers in the deck. Place a teacher card randomly in each pile and then put all the piles together. This will make sure that on your first trip through the deck, the teachers are a bit more evenly spaced out to allow the game to really get underway. Okay, now that we have our starting hands and the deck has been all set up with teachers, we are ready to start playing. A player's turn will usually consist of one of the following 3 actions. First, you may draw up to your hand limit, which most of the time will be 3 cards. Second, if you are already at your hand limit, you may draw 1 card from the pile and then discard 1 card from your hand. Remember, that card is being discarded, not played. Third, and finally, you may play a card from your hand. Now, one type of card that you can play when it is your turn is a snack. Snack cards change the ability of your student and help you better navigate the school. The first type is the healthy snack. Healthy snacks raise your hand limit to 4 cards, allowing you to hold on to more cards and have more possibilities at any given time. The second type of snack is the sugary snack, which gives your player the ability to draw and play on the same turn. Now, it's important to remember that that order is draw and play. So when you play a sugary snack, you will not get the ability to do both in the same turn until your next turn. The next type of card that you're able to play in the game is the younger sibling, and these are among the most important cards in the game because they are how you keep score. Every younger sibling that you play is following you around the daycare, hoping that you can find a way to get them all out. Whoever escapes the daycare with the most younger siblings wins. In order to escape, you need 2 different types of cards, which are both labeled escape cards. The first is the guardian card, your mom, your dad, or one of your grandparents who can help you get out of the daycare. Secondly, you have to be by the exit, the front office. You play them at the same time and escape the daycare. This is the only time in the game in which you can play 2 cards at once. Now, as you're running around the daycare, it's important to remember that your character only has 2 hands, and so there's only so many things they can be carrying at once. If you don't have any younger siblings with you, then you can hold one of both types of snack, which raises your hand limit to 4 and allows you to draw and play on the same turn. However, once you have any younger siblings with you, you gotta hold their hand, and so you will only be able to hold one type of snack at a time. There is no benefit for carrying 2 of the same type of snack. Alright, now it's time to get in the meat of the game. Whenever you are drawing from the deck, there is a chance that you are going to pull a teacher card. When you do pull a teacher card, your turn ends immediately, which is why it's important to draw cards one at a time. At that moment, you place the teacher on the table and everyone has to escape from the teacher or else get caught. Now, when a teacher card has been played, it is time to hide. And in order to do that, you need to play a hiding place card. Everyone who has a hiding place places their hiding place face down on the table until everyone has played, and then everyone turns them over at the same time. If 2 people played the same hiding place, then they have been caught. If you didn't play a hiding place, you have been caught. Now, if another player hides in the same place as you do, there is one way to escape, and that is if you play a tattle card. Tattling means that you get away and only the other players in your hiding place got caught. Of course, if they tattle too, you're getting caught as well. Just because you've been caught doesn't mean that your game is necessarily over. There are several things that happen each time you get caught. First, if you have a snack, you can discard a snack. If you don't have a snack, you can lose one of your younger sibling cards. If you have no snacks or younger siblings in front of you, you can discard a card from your hand. It is only if you are caught with no cards in your hand, no younger siblings, and no snacks that you are actually eaten and out of the game. Also, as you play through the game, there are various Play Now cards that you might pull up. Treat them like a teacher in that they end your turn immediately and must be played immediately. And now you know how to play. When you get to the end of the deck, add one unused teacher to the discard pile, reshuffle it, and turn it over and use it again. Once all 12 teachers are in the deck, once you get all the way through, then the game is over and all players left in the daycare have been caught. Also, if you ever get to the point where only one player is left in the daycare, that player is immediately caught and they and all of their younger siblings lose the game. Finally, if you're finding the game to be a little too easy, you can always play in hard mode. In hard mode, you start with all 12 teachers in the deck, which means you only get one trip through the deck in order to escape. Secondly, each teacher has an area or classroom that they know particularly well, such as Miss Natasha here knowing the outdoor playground. When that teacher is exposed, that hiding place will not work, and anyone trying to hide there will be caught regardless of tattling. Second, younger siblings have rooms that they are afraid of and will not hide in, such as little sister Caitlin here being afraid of the resource room. If you try to hide in the resource room when you have Caitlin with you, she will refuse to hide there and you'll lose her even before you know whether or not the teacher caught you. Well, folks, thank you very much for your time. That is my game. I hope you'll try it out. If you do, link in the doobly-doo. I hope you enjoy it. DFTBA.